Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to another episode of the Ultimate Ironman. And last video, we pretty much just prepared for Slayer. We made some really nice upgrades in the house, we unlocked Proselyte, and after going a little bit dry, we finally got the Dragon Defender. In case you forgot, the reason why we're training Slayer is because 69 Slayer is one of the requirements for Monkey Madness 2, and one of the goals for the account is the Quest Cape. I was looking at the stats and I realized we gained so many total levels last video, probably the most levels in one video in a while, just from getting the Dragon Defender because their combats were pretty low. I guess they still kind of are, but the levels go by so fast at those lower levels. So right now I'm just trying to clear out the inventory, so the Longbone will give us a little bit of construction XP. There's a 4.5k right there. We can alch this Mithril armor set because I just used that to get the Warriors Guild tokens. We could drop tokens, we could drop this. I don't know why I was picking up these knives. I was just kind of picking them up just to pick them up. I forgot they were there. I guess we could use them for training range. I'll buy a Dorgeshan crossbow back too, but I guess we could try those out. I'll be keeping both a range and a melee setup on me all the time while I'm training Slayer, so that way I can switch between the two based on which tasks I have. I know it may seem a little bit counterintuitive to have gone so far out of my way for this whole melee setup that we have, but we will be using this setup quite a bit. And it'll be nice to train range too, because we could use as many range levels as possible for Dragon Slayer 2. Actually, I think the task we left off with was Lesser Demons, so I'm sure we'll get at least a couple of range levels there. Alright, let's get back our accumulator. Wait, that's a task? Wait, is that a task to enter the range guild? Because I haven't been there. Yeah. Should I record every range level? Oh, that's 53. I want to say the knives are faster. It feels like a lot of DPS even though I didn't enter into a calculator or anything. 54. Alright, the first Slayer level of many more to come. I'm curious to see what the total level is going to be by the time we get 69, because I think we'll be getting quite a lot of total levels doing this grind. Alright, first Slayer task of this grind done, and we're starting off with 54 Slayer points, I guess. Hey, 71 strength. Okay, I'm going to switch over to defense from now on so we could start working towards 65 for King's Ransom that we'll need for Chivalry and Piety. 45 Slayer. Anything cool here? Kind of. 55 range. We're now ready to use red shins. Someone please laugh. Anyone, just please laugh. 56 range. 62 hit points. I'm telling you, man, these levels are going to come in so fast. 46 Slayer. I feel like this video is just me calling out all the levels that we're getting, but I mean, that's pretty much what's happening. So there's another range level. We got a cactus seed from this last patch, which we need 55 farming to plant. So I'm going to eat this garden pie and plant that. And now for the future, whenever we're ready to start collecting the cactus spines for either herblore, which I don't know if it's too useful, or for protecting yew trees, we'll have this planted. Alright, well here's the first time entering the farming guild. I freaking love this place so much. It's so beautiful. And it's a task as well. I'm going to plant the cactus seed up over here. Unfortunately, we can't yet access that area of the farming guild with the herb patch, the tree patch, and Hespori. You need level 65 to enter over there. You can boost for that with a garden pie, but we're still too low. There is 47 Slayer. We can now be assigned brine rats, which is one of not too many ways to get node food as an Ultimate Ironman. And it's a decent task too. I personally don't really mind doing them. And 61 defense. And soul heads do count towards your Slayer task when they're the monster that you're assigned, but they only count for 35 Slayer XP each, since that's how many hit points they have. For a troll task, it's so nice to range these ice troll rents over here because the guards do most of the damage and you can just stand back in range and not take any damage at all. So for low levels, this is very, very nice. We got a longbone. What I've been doing multiple times per task is I teleport to Nightmare Zone, grab the runes for these ensouled heads, and then run over here. I don't think it's worth to stay on the Arceus spellbook because I have to teleport home so often. I don't have house tabs or construction cape, obviously. And I also don't want to carry every single type of rune for reanimation in my inventory while I'm training Slayer. Because in case you didn't know, you can reanimate during your tasks if you reanimate the head that you get right away. But anyways, here's a prayer level 53. So yeah, just a little bit of insight in the life of an Ultimate Ironman. I'm just kind of thinking out loud here, but maybe the Arceus Spellbook altar would be good to build in the house, but then we'd have to make a way to get home. So maybe if we could build the fairy ring in the house, we can use the Artie Cloak to get to the fairy ring and then teleport home from the fairy ring. To switch back and forth between spellbooks. The only issue being that it requires 85 construction and you can't use a saw to build it, so we have to get 82 construction, and we're currently at 77. And I've been kind of thinking about this for a while, but I really want to get the Mauritania Hard Diary done for the limestone training method, which would be really good for training construction. It'd be cheaper and faster than the balloon method I was doing before. But the main thing that's holding us back is the 70 prayer, and I guess 70 defense, but I think mainly 70 prayer will be the most difficult. out of these requirements. So just something to think about for the future that I want to work towards. Well, there's another Dragon Imp that we could have gotten. Let's see what we actually get here. Dragon Dartives. That's a lot of money for the main. 650k, oh my god. And 48 Slayer. 58. From Fire Giants especially, but even just from Slayer in general, you tend to get a lot of rune arrows from a lot of different tasks, and they out for 240 each. And the cost of a nature rune, I think on average would be around 200. I think it starts at 180. But assuming it's 200 per nature rune, you're still going to profit overall if you alch them. So I always just alch these now. And maybe one day when we're doing agility, we can get a big pile of rune arrows and alch them at the same time. Oh yeah, and the exact same deal with blood runes too. They also alch for 240. By the way, at the moment, I'm currently trying to save up so we can add the Karen teleport to the Nexus for the unlimited teleports. It's going to cost about 730k though, according to the wiki, based on the price of the runes. We could just put it in a regular portal chamber, but I'd rather have it for the Nexus since we're going to have the Nexus forever and it'll be like endgame stuff. Whereas if I built a portal, I probably wouldn't keep that forever. 59 range. 49 Slayer. Hey, 63 hit points. There is 60 range. We can now wear red D'hide, but I probably won't bother training, crafting, or going for any upgraded dragon hides until after Lunar Diplomacy, because then crafting training will be way easier, so we'll be stuck with green D'hide for a while. 50 Slayer, we can now get blood velds for Slayer and kill them, and it's required for a couple of tasks, for a couple diaries. It's also level for Duradel once we get 100 combat, and it's over halfway to 99. And the defense level, 62. In my 14 plus years of playing RuneScape, I've never gotten this task, Shadow Warriors. I had no clue they even existed, but I looked them up on the wiki, and apparently they've been around since 2003, which it's probably when Legends Quest came out. This actually isn't too bad of a task because at the store in the Legends Guild, right up here, they sell swordfish and pies and attack potions. I know I don't have the D battle axe yet. Like I said, I do want to save up money. I don't want to waste an inventory slot just yet. Maybe later I'll get it, but I don't feel like buying it now. Hey, 51 Slayer. Oh, you missed it, 63 defense. They also drop steel boots, which I don't think I'll pick up because that'd be a downgrade from climbing boots, but yeah. 64 defense, one more level until we switch back to strength. Oh, missed the hit points level. There's 64 hit points. 52 Slayer. We now have jellies unlocked, which I hope we don't get as a task because they freaking suck. They drop mithril boots though, which I think we need for a medium clue scroll. So maybe it's for the best. As you can see, we have an Iron Dragons task now. We have 39 kills, and the Runite limbs are a 1 out of 25.6 drop rate from them. I mean, we do have 90 smithing, so if we got a Runite bar from like Rare Drop Table or Steel Dragons, we can make the Runite limbs then as well. But we also have 69 fletching, so once we get the Runite limbs, we can make the Rune Crossbow, which we need 61 range for, which we are getting close to, so it's kind of a good thing we got this task. So I think we have a pretty good chance that we will get a Rune Crossbow. And we're going to be using Ivan's Blast, so hopefully it's alright. I haven't done an Iron Dragon task in so long. I think the trick with these metal dragons is to stand in melee distance, but then pray melee so you don't actually take any damage. They do still throw fire sometimes, but you can't block those fire attacks without a anti-fire. But dude, this is taking me 2 full trips to get this one individual kill, so I don't know if this task is gonna be worth it. This is really bad. I don't know, dude. I tried meleeing it. I'm trying to use Fire Wave now. I don't know, man. I don't think this task is worth it. Yeah, I'm gonna cancel this. It's not worth it. We'll get back to Metal Dragons eventually once we have higher stats and we can kill them more effectively then. Well, here's a lucky Impling. Let's see what we can get from it. D-Long. Well, these Mystic Gloves are a 1 out of 512 drop rate. And the only way to get the Light Mystic set is to get from drops from monsters, and each piece is a 1 out of 512 from specific Slayer monsters. Each piece comes from a different monster. Unfortunately, I can't just store one piece in the house. I have to have the full set, and I don't think I want to keep up to 4 extra bag spaces until I get the full set, if/when that ever even happens. I'll keep it for now though. Dude, what? We're like, how many kills in are we? We're 4 kills in and we got the Basilisk head. That's a 1 out of 2,000 drop rate. So we can stuff that in Canopus and then mount that in the house. We can also sacrifice it to the Dark Altar for 2.5k per XP, but I think it'd be cooler just to have that in the house. And there is 65 defense. That's what we need for King's Ransom, which is also going to be Chivalry and Piety, so we're going to switch over to Strength for a good long time now. Well, I mean, we need 70 defense for Piety, but I'll wait until we actually unlock Chivalry before we start going for 70 defense, because it'll be more efficient to work on strength for now. Okay, we're gonna pay 4,000 GP to have the head stuff. As you can see right now, the house is 3x3 rooms, and if we build one more room, it's gonna be considered 4x4. Like, this whole area is gonna expand out. And when you're training construction or doing methods that involve going to the house a lot, you want to have your house as condensed as possible. But I'm not really worried about that because I won't be making planks with the butler or something, which is generally why people try to keep their house small. But we're going to build the skill trophy hall room for 15k GP. I know it's not really helping the cash stack. I want to get that teleport built for the Nexus or whatever, but we could build the head right over here, and you get some Slayer XP as well from that. But yeah, it's pretty cool. We'll keep that there until we get the Catholic Queen head for the Desert Diary, and then we'll end up replacing that with the Catholic Queen head. 53, Slayer. Okay, we got an easy casket. I just had to get these hand boots, which was a bit out of the way, so this better be worth it. That was worth it. Ironman page 1, nice. It's worth 186k. I'm going to type that into the Google Doc and put that in the book. Well, as you can see, it is right now the Dead Man tournament, and I think we should take advantage of this situation by doing a Wildy Slayer task. I want to just do one and hopefully get an emblem, because I want to be able to have some bounty points saved up in case there's like a clutch situation where we really have to get a looting bag back. So let's see what our task is going to be here. We do have a few skips saved up. Okay, let's see our first Wildy Slayer task, Lesser Demon. And we are skipping that one. Now we have Rogues. Another reason why I really want to do a Wildy Slayer task is because I'll be suiciding right now anyways, because I want to empty out the looting bag, clear a few stuff out of here, because as you can see, it's full. So may as well take advantage of the situation. Okay, I'm going to start the timer here. And we should have a lot of items left over with us once we die here. We should have the Drayman staff so we can get to the fairy rings. All right, let's go to Nightmare Zone now, so we can grab our teleport runes in case of emergency. All right, well, as we're walking back to Edgeville to the fairy ring, here's the setup we're gonna be rocking with. We got the proselyte, the Barrow's gloves, the Ivan staff as the main hand weapon, and an inventory of cheesy potatoes. I hope we get an emblem. That'd be so nice to get. Although I think we are kind of around like the pure combat level range. Wait, are there no rogues here? Was I thinking of the wrong place? Is this not the Rogue's Castle? Oh, is that the Deep Wildy place? Scorpions, that is a much better task. Well, there's our looting bag just a couple kills in. Oh, what the heck? We got a Slayer's enchantment. That's kind of cool, I guess. Beginner clue is not quite the item I wanted. Well, there's the end of the task. Unfortunately, no emblem. It is a 1 out of 147 drop from Scorpions, so I guess we couldn't really expect it. Although the Slayer's enchantment was a 1 out of 307 drop rate, so I guess it's just how RNG goes. But we also got these ensouled Scorpion heads, which will give us just over 3k per XP. So that's pretty nice too. But yeah, I'm going to collect all the items back and get rid of / alch the things that I'm trying to get rid of to clear out room 4. And in the future, when we have more points for skips, we'll come back to Wildy Slayer. But for now, back to regular Slayer. Well, unfortunately, as cool as it is to have the Slayer's enchantment, I don't think it's worth the space to keep it for some very niche situations. And I don't think I'll really have a use for it, really. So we're going to drop it. It's not even on the collection log either, so it's pretty useless for me. What I was going to originally do with these noted gems was save the sapphires for Rings of Recoil, eventually for the Suffering, and then save the emeralds for Rings of Dueling. But we already have unlimited Rings of Dueling with the jewelry box, and at this point it's so easy to get sapphires and emeralds in bulk, so I'm just going to cut these right now. I'm going to unnote them at the bank here and sell them to the general store. And there's 54 crafting. Okay, well, here is the last of the emeralds. Unfortunately, no more levels. Once we get 55, we can make the Slayer helm if we ever do get a black mask. Once we do get the Slayer level for that. But yeah, the inventory is starting to look a bit more empty. We can drop this stuff, and we are ready to get back into Slayer. We made some very good gains today, which I'm very happy with. I went back to the start of the video and looked back at the clips. We gained 29 total levels today, so very happy with that. And we also end up clearing out the looting bag quite a bit here. We have 7 spots open in there. I'm very happy with how things are going along. I'm enjoying the Slayer grind. So yeah, next video we will continue on with the Slayer grind. That's all for today though, so thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope that you have an amazing day, and I will see you again next time.